This is a recording of this year's Virtual Residency Fair. We'd like to take the time to thank the programs that volunteered their time to present to this year's applicants. This year's PM&R Scholars Virtual Residency Fair is supported by PM&R Recap and Ultrasound Guidance. PM&R Recap is the leading resource for your physiatry board preparation, clinical preparation, audition rotations, and beyond. PM&R Recap offers 35 hours of review videos, hundreds of review questions, and oral board cases to help you become the best physiatrist that you can be. Head to pmnrrecap.com to learn more. Ultrasound Guidance is the innovative new online ultrasound learning platform that gives you instant access to expert instruction. With rapid scans and complete scans of every joint and peripheral nerve, Ultrasound Guidance is the perfect way to jumpstart your MSK ultrasound learning. Visit ultrasoundguidance.com to learn more.
So we'll go ahead and start with the introduction. We each have a little part that we want to go ahead and say. So my name's Ashley Sanchez. I'm one of the fourth year residents and the chief resident. I'm actually an administrative chief resident who manages all of the vacation requests and scheduling things. And just a little bit about myself. I did med school at UT Houston. I also did my intern year there as well. And then I decided to leave Texas or brave the cold to come up north to come train at Shirley Ryan. And a little bit of reason about why I ended up coming up here to Shirley Ryan as opposed to staying down in my home program is one, I just really like the culture here. We're a nice big program. It was very inviting and welcoming. And if I was going to leave my home state and my family, and this is something I needed, a nice, warm, welcoming program to come to. And this was exactly kind of what I felt here. I felt like very at ease with everybody, and everybody gets along with the residents. All the attendings and the residents pretty much get along. So that was really nice and reassuring for me. Two, I really like that it's one of the bigger programs. We have 12 residents every year. And I'm one who likes to talk a lot and make a lot of friends. So I knew I was going to come in with 12 built-in friends automatically when I came here. Then the city of Chicago is pretty fun. There's a lot of stuff to do. Whenever we have a free weekend, there's always something going on. So I wanted to be somewhere where it's nice and active for us to do. And then overall, I just liked how Shirley Ryan, you have so much opportunities to do anything you want. Basically in rehab, since we have all the different specialties here. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to go to, so I wanted to be sure that I got exposed to everything. So when I finally decided to become an attending, that I felt very secure in my decision of what I was going to go into because I got exposed to everything. So those are kind of the reasons of why I ended up coming over here to Shirley Ryan. And then overall, my clinical interest, what I think I'm going to go into next year will probably be general. I don't think I'm going to do any fellowship and just focus maybe on stuff like amputee, consult, MSK, spasticity. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards next year, hoping to return back to Texas. And so I'll be talking a little bit about our elective opportunities that we have here at Shirley Ryan. So we actually have 6 months of elective built into your 3 years here. And that's kind of one of the higher months of electives of any other program. Dr. Rowe feels very strongly that, everybody's pathway and training can actually have a good, same strong foundation, but it's just slightly different. Me who wants to go into general my training should look a little different than somebody who wants to go into sports. And so that 6 months of electives really allows us to tailor our time and our training to learn things that will be either more applicable to us when we're out as attendings or stuff we want to prepare for fellowship. So it's been great. And so you can do basically whatever you want with your elective. It's almost every half day of the week, you can schedule a different clinic that you want to go into, or you could do more time on inpatient if you want to secure, if that's something you want to go into, you could do time on consults. We have opportunities in pain, MSK, women's health. You could do shadowing time with a therapist. What else? Just a lot of different varieties that we can do with our elective time. So that's so great that we get so much opportunity and time here. And also I want to talk a little bit about our DEI things here at Shirley Ryan. So like I said, we're 12 residents each year. So we have pretty large, I think 36 to 40 residents in our program training at a time. And what's great is we have a pretty decent diversity amongst our own residents in regards to the split of gender. We're usually about 50% split male and female. And then we have a pretty decent diversity of ethnic and racial diversity, especially compared to some smaller programs. We do a pretty good mix of everything. And similarly to our attendings as well, which is just really nice. Everybody comes from a different background, comes together, different experiences, and all work together. Something else that we do, we have our diversity committee. So we have like a hospital-wide diversity committee that has, we have I think like CEOs also on it, our attendings, and some of our residents are selected to help come up with DEI initiatives that are widespread throughout the hospital. Sometimes we invite guests to come speak to our faculty here and some of our patients, or we'll do like other fun DEI things. We also have a specific diversity resident committee that gets together to figure out how we can improve our overall DEI initiatives here at Shirley Ryan. And we will sometimes like sponsor some of our residents to go out to some of these national conferences like LMSA or AMEC to spread the word about PM&R to more of our underrepresented minority med students and help just get the awareness of PM&R out there. This is something great that we do through our DEI. We also have our MSK continuity health clinic. That's every month. We go to like an underserved clinic out in West, right? West Town, right? And it's basically a sports MSK clinic. We go with our sports fellows, usually 2 residents and our 2 sports fellows, and we help provide care to the underserved population. There's primarily Latinx, strong Polish population there as well. So that's always really fun, something that we get to give free care back to our community. And I think that's about it. I'll go ahead and hand it over to Lumi.
Hey guys, I'm Lumi. I'm also 4th year, the Resident Affairs Chief Resident. So also from Texas, went to med school in Houston. Really went into PM&R because I wanted something where I focus on patients' function and their ability to get back to doing the things that they love to do. Personally, I did want to get to a program like Shirley Ryan, where you get the foundation of being a physiatrist and being able to have all the skills in terms of brain injury, spinal cord injury, the different specialties. But then for me particular, I want to go into sports medicine. So I want somewhere that has a strong training background there. So I'll get into kind of the more resident affairs aspects of things. So we have a wellness committee that consists of residents and attendings, and we plan a wide variety of events. So we have like a picnic, official picnic every year. We do holiday parties. We kind of target things around different holiday times as well. And then within that committee too, we have something called a family program, which I think is really awesome. So it's basically where you have a 2nd year, a 3rd year, and a 4th year all matched up together. And that's good. So when people start out, they're encouraged to kind of meet with the members of their family and kind of figure out how to go best about work and figure out how to like navigate Chicago. And then, so that's our like sibling program. And then within that, we have a few attendings assigned to each one of those. So then we have bigger family outings. So we recently went to a Cubs game as a huge family outing. We've gone to certain festivals in Chicago. Apple Fest, for some reason, was a big hit. We had a huge turnout there. So it's nice to see that attending buy-in and that investment in us as residents, not only in the workplace, but outside of work as well. And one thing sponsored by the Wellness Committee that I think is awesome is each semester, each class has funding to do a retreat. So you have a weekend where no one's on call, everyone is off. It's encouraged to like go somewhere, do something fun, and we get some funding for that weekend as well. Which I guess with 12 residents, it's spread a little thinner than if there's less, but it's just awesome that the program encourages that sort of activity as well. And then being a part of Shirley Ryan AbilityLab, we're part of Northwestern University, and then ultimately like McGaw is the big system that kind of pays our paycheck, and they're the like big medical center. So really we have access to McGaw resources. So whether that's, we have something called a wild card, which gets us discounts at certain gyms or certain restaurants. And it's kind of cool to realize that, oh, hey, just by being a resident, we kind of have access to all of those resources, and a good way to like look it up and benefit from those as well. And then the other thing I wanted to touch upon is mentorship. So automatically when you come to Shirley Ryan, you're assigned with just a general faculty mentor, and you meet at least once every 6 months. And it's a good way to get to know a faculty mentor, but also to start aligning your career interests early and having that support. Because it's really not like oh, what are you doing? What are you planning on doing? But it's more like you meet with the faculty and they're like, how can we best support your goals and your dreams and the things you want to accomplish? So I've thoroughly enjoyed that as well. And just be like, the support here is just very, very vast and very expansive, and it's been a great time. And I'll give it off to Maddie.
Hey guys, my name is Maddie. I'm one of the other chiefs. I'm the academic chief. I help to plan the lectures for the PGY2 residents and the PGY3s and 4s residents for our didactic curriculum. I am also from Texas. Not everyone that comes to Shirley Ryan is from Texas, just the three of us, but we all just happen to be chiefs, which is kind of fun. I went to med school at UT San Antonio. I did my intern year at Baylor in Houston, and then I came up here to Shirley Ryan for my training. I'm interested in cancer rehab. I knew that going into residency that was an area of interest of mine. And so that was really one of the reasons that I did want to come to Shirley Ryan, along with the other reasons that Ashley and Louie mentioned. I felt the great familial support here. I felt like it was a culture where I not only would be challenged, but also supported. And I felt like I could also get everything out of my academic future careers in terms of cancer rehab. So because of all the electives that Ashley mentioned, I felt like I had a lot of opportunities to really carve out my training and really get to see everything I possibly wanted to see. The things I wanted to talk to you guys about from an academic perspective. So Shirley Ryan offers a lot of really cool, this program offers a lot of really cool things in addition to the things Lumi and Ashley have highlighted. So one of the things is that we have these different tracks based on things that you're interested in. And so our tracks within the Shirley Ryan department include medical education, leadership, or quality improvement and safety. These are basically just a group of residents with faculty that meet once a month, and we go over different lectures, or we do different exercises. The three of us are all in the medical education track and the leadership track. And so we just kind of talk through different situations and kind of figure out how to improve those skills. There's also really cool resources through MAGA, like Lumi mentioned, but it also provides us with other opportunities for learning. So the three of us are also in the MAGA Medical Education Clinical Scholars track, which is again just another opportunity for us to figure out how to be better future medical educators. One thing that's cool about the MAGA tracks is that it's within the entire MAGA system. So we do get to interact with different residents across different departments. So it's really nice to get to talk to different people from pediatrics or internal medicine, emergency medicine, that all have similar interests and overall career goals. Another thing that we have here are different opportunities for research. So we all are encouraged to participate in one major research project throughout our time here. And we get paired when we come in different research groups. These groups are another opportunity for mentorship. These groups have PGY2s, PGY3s, and PGY4s all in the group with some faculty sponsors. And there's opportunity for us to learn about the different research opportunities within the institution, and also practice our presentations prior to going to any conferences, get feedback on our posters or on our research. And it's just really a nice low stress environment to get further opportunity for feedback. One of the things sounds good. Thank you. One of the things that I think is really unique about our program as well from the research perspective is that we are super supported from our educational standpoint to go to conferences if we have research approved. So we actually have a $1,400 budget per person per conference that we get something accepted to. So we have a limited number of days throughout the year that we can go to a conference, but if we do have research that is accepted, even things like case reports, we're able to go to the conference and get that reimbursed for an up to $1,400 limit. So there's a lot of opportunities across a lot of the different things we highlighted for support here. So with a few minutes left, we'd love to open it up for any questions, and if there's anyone that has any additional questions.
And I see one question in the chat about is having like a PhD degree helpful for matching? So we've had a few residents come in that have been MD PhDs, and then we have a few faculty members that are MD PhDs as well, and they they strive to be physician scientists and actually like lead a lot of research initiatives here. So, but we also have plenty of people that are just MDs or DOs or have diverse backgrounds. So it's really a mix of people from different backgrounds.
This next question says, what does your exposure to pediatric rehabilitation look like? And are you guys affiliated with Lurie's? So we actually get a lot of exposure to pediatrics here. We're technically not affiliated with Lurie's, but on our pediatric rotation as a PGY3, a lot of your pediatric admissions on the inpatient side come from Lurie's. So you get a lot of exposure to the Lurie's faculty. You have pediatric hospitalists that also work at Lurie's that come and participate in rounds and give different lectures. We also have different pediatric experiences in our pain rotations that give us further experience with pediatrics.
Yeah, we get 2 months of peds right during your third year, and then there's we have continuity clinics. We have a ton of pediatric podiatrists here, so you can do continuity clinic with them at any time. Sometimes they take us to go see pediatric consults at Lurie's, and I think that's about it. But we don't have any like rehab floor at Lurie's. They all come to us at Shirley Ryan.
And in terms of the global health opportunities, so there's a global health tracks through Northwestern. So kind of like Maddie was mentioning, it's another track. And we've had a few residents here and there participate in that. And I see that we mentioned how strong is the program value signaling. So really in terms of like signaling and geographic preference, it's really just up to the applicant. It's something that from at least the admission side of it, it's something that's, it's part of the application, but really we look at holistically where people come from and what their experiences are. So there's not necessarily like favoritism to one area or the other, even though I know all three of us are from Texas. So. And then in terms of research opportunities, typically, we have a summer externship program for people in between their first and second year of med school, and sometimes they do research through that. We also have had away rotators that are more like fourth or third year around there, and they kind of get research through that. But usually it's people who have kind of come through in terms of rotations and being on site. We don't, as of now that I know of, have more like offsite or remote research opportunities. Awesome. So in terms of sports coverage, so majority of our sports coverage, so we have the marathon, and then we have a lot of adaptive sports in terms of like adaptive sled hockey, adaptive rugby. And then the reason why all three of us are here late is we just did a sports coverage workshop, which a few of our attendings, the sports fellows and us kind of got to run and simulate different things that we'd see in terms of dislocations or, like cardiac emergencies, those sorts of things.
Yeah, we have time. So we have a leadership track here that's here at Shirley Ryan track that we offer here. That's great. That talks about the different leadership skills, emotional intelligence, how to have difficult conversations, the difference between like sponsorship, right, and mentorship. And then we are on that. There's a bunch of different committees that residents can step up to be leaders on and be the liaisons of whatever's discussed at the committee that's relevant to us residents. And then whenever we have our big like semi-annual meetings with all the residents here, they will speak up and talk about whatever had come up.
All right. Sorry to cut you guys off. That's time.
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for having us. We're going to put our emails in the chat.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Feel free to reach out. Thank you again for having us.